Hello everyone. Things are heating up fast for the future of Remembrance units in HSR, and this new leak just added a lot more depth to Cerydra and Dark March. If you're even remotely interested in Phainon, Cyrene, or building a mono-Remembrance team, you're gonna want to hear this. Before we dive in, quick reminder to sub if you enjoy these breakdowns and want to stay ahead of the meta. Let's start with the big one, Ceridra. The leak directly states that Phainon needs Ceridra to truly shine, but Ceridra doesn't need Phainon. She's completely self-sufficient as a buffer. That's huge, because it means Ceridra isn't just designed as a sidekick for Phainon like Jiaoqiu to Acheron, and she's a standalone powerhouse support that fits into multiple team archetypes. She's a Wind Remembrance unit, and while we don't have her full kit yet, the performance expectations are already high. But here's the key thing. For optimal performance, she basically needs her signature light cone, meaning her best form is at E0S1. The leaker emphasized that there's a significant enough performance drop if you use other light cones, and that honestly tracks. Remembrance units tend to be very light cone dependent. Castorice and even Hyacine follow the same pattern. So if you're eyeing Ceridra, prepare your jades. Now here's why she's so important for Phainon. Her support style seems to focus on single-target amplification, which lines up perfectly with Phainon's gameplay loop. Phainon is all about building up and detonating massive blast damage, so having a support like Ceridra who can give buffs into one unit gives Phainon the exact runway he needs to dominate. She could easily slot into other hypercarry teams. This might be the first truly premium Wind Remembrance support with high demand across the board. Alright, let's move to Dark March, aka Aetiphia. She's been mysterious for a while now, but this new leak finally gives us a solid glimpse into her mechanics, and they're wild. First of all, she's a Remembrance Ice unit, and she has a core summoning mechanic. Her skill lets her consume her own HP to summon a memosprite. That summon immediately attacks and then disappears, but as it vanishes, it heals her. So she's essentially draining her own life, launching an instant hit through a summon, and then restoring herself afterward. Very aggressive, very self-contained, and most importantly, this mechanic changes support usability a lot. Here's an important point the leaker made. This actually counters Sunday's buffing restrictions. If you don't know, Sunday does advance or buff more if target has a summon or memosprite. But in Dark March's case, the memosprite acts as a rapid cast projectile and then disappears immediately, which means it doesn't behave like a regular summon that lingers on the field. It means Sunday cannot give full buffs to her, since she cannot keep her memosprite in the field. This Sunday anti-synergies are so absurd. And now, the big theory part. This whole mechanic opens up some extremely interesting team-building options. According to the new relic set, Dark March wants 8 total entities on the field. That's a clear push toward building a full Remembrance team, and if you do the math, the team would look something like this: Castorice, Dark March, Cyrene, and Hyacine. That's 4 Remembrance units, and with Cyrene and Castorice both capable of providing additional memosprites, you could hit that 8-entity threshold fairly easily. Why Castorice and Dark March? Because March's skill charges Castorice's ultimate so much, and they both can use Hyacine and Cyrene to their limits. It would be a crazy dual DPS team that crush everything. Cyrene is especially important here. She's designed as a general support that can refund teammates' ultimates, which would be insanely valuable for a high-skill rotation unit like Dark March. And remember, Castorice is known for dealing absurd damage with her ultimate. So, when you stack all of this together, you're not just building a team of 4 Remembrance characters. You're building a monster that spam ultimates, drain, heal, and deal insane damage. So in summary, Ceridra is shaping up to be the flexible, high-value support that unlocks Phainon's full potential but isn't reliant on him. Dark March is the high-speed, summoning-centric Remembrance DPS with unique mechanics and massive synergy potential in a full mono-Remembrance team. Together with Cyrene, Hyacine, and Castorice, we might finally be seeing the first fully realized monopath composition in the game. And if the meta continues to shift toward Remembrance domination, you'll want to start planning for light cone pulls and resource allocation now, especially since Ceridra needing her signature is basically confirmed. Let me know what you think. Is a full Remembrance comp finally viable? Or will all this summoning backfire against content like Memory of Chaos? Either way, we're watching the future of Star Rail's team-building meta evolve in real time.